Hello everyone, welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Sunday, February 21st. We're going to be talking some NBA DFS picks on both FanDuel and Draft Kings, but before we get into it, we're going to go ahead, look at yesterday's picks, see how they turned out. Terry Rozier, $7,900, looking for about 39-40 points out of him. Got to 50.75, so that one was definitely hit. Terry Rozier has been lights out lately, so at this point in time, I'm just going to keep playing him until the price gets unrealistic. Then Garrett Temple, $4,300, looking for 22 fantasy points out of him, got to 26.5. Always a good value play there. His price never goes up too much where he's out of play completely, so that was a hit. Desmond Bane, $3,800, looking for about 19-20 points out of him. Got 7.5. They got blown out in this game. He only played 24 minutes. Not a very good shooting night for him overall, so he was definitely a miss. Xavier Tillman, $3,400, looking for 17 fantasy points or more out of him. Got to 15.5. So not the worst outcome, but obviously it wasn't a good outcome regardless. A lot of people did play him yesterday, so if you were able to pivot off of him a little bit, you could have gained some leverage there as well. But he was definitely a mess. Only played 24 minutes as well in that blowout. Then we had Enes Kanter, $6,900, looking for 35 fantasy points out of him. He got to 40.25. I thought this might have been even bigger earlier in the day because he had a strong first quarter. First half was pretty good. Then second half, not so good, but still a hit regardless. And then on the FanDuel side, same story. These Memphis guys just killed us. John Morant, $7,400. Looking for 37 fantasy points out of him. Got 25.5, so he was a miss. Desmond Bane and Xavier Tillman, pretty much the same stories on DraftKings, so we're not going to talk too much more about them. Garrett Temple definitely hit once again, kind of like over on the DraftKings side as well. Then Cody Zeller, the one thing I did say that I was concerned about in this game is if they do play small ball. That ended up happening. He only played 21 minutes in this game, only got 11 points. We were looking for 26 out of him, so he was definitely a miss there. Not the best day overall on FanDuel. The Memphis guys kind of hurt altogether. Hopefully you guys didn't play Steph Curry yesterday because he was a late scratch after lock time, of course. But, sometimes that happens with DFS, and it's just unfortunate because a lot of times these teams do know, but we don't find out till after the game locks, and then we're just left scrambling essentially. But with that being said, we're going to get over to the injuries for today. So if you guys are playing the early slate or the all-game slate, there is the early game with the Celtics and the Pelicans. Celtics pretty much the same as they've been. Pelicans, the only thing they're looking at there is Steven Adams, whether he plays or not. If he does play, he's definitely in play. If he doesn't play, Willie Herman Gomez is the guy once again. Oklahoma City, once again, they're the exact same as last time. Only George Hill out. Trevor Ariza hasn't played all year. Cleveland is exactly the same as the last game as well. Minnesota is exactly the same. The Knicks are exactly the same. Not too many changes overall here on today's slate. The biggest one here is the Pistons, actually. DeLon Wright's going to be out for this game. Dennis Smith Jr. is assumed to be in the starting lineup. He's definitely in play on both sites, I believe. $4,000 on DraftKings, $4,600 on FanDuel, so he's a little bit more favorable on the DraftKings side. The Magic are exactly the same as they were the last game. The 76ers, we're just looking at Ben Simmons and Shake Milton, seeing if these two guys play or not today. Then on the Raptors side, just Kyle Lowry once again. Game time decision. They don't have him in right now, so maybe he doesn't play. Then for Denver, this is probably another big one. PJ Dozier's still out. Gary Harris still out. JaMychal Green's out now as well as Paul Millsap. So it'll be interesting to see the starting lineup they come out with. They do have one here with Najee starting. I don't think he ends up starting. They probably move Michael Porter to the 4 and then play Morris and Barton as well. But we'll have to see what actually ends up happening in this one. There could be some value there. Just kind of keep your eyes out on that one as we move forward into the day. Then for the Atlanta Hawks, they're exactly the same as the last time out. Brooklyn's pretty much the same. Kevin Durant's still out. Tyler Johnson is a game time decision now as well. Doesn't impact too much, but if he doesn't play, maybe Landry Shamet gets a little bit more run. Clippers pretty much back to full health now, which is good to see for them. And then Kings one's going to be another one that we're going to be watching quite a bit. It is the last game of the night, though, so just kind of tamper your expectations with that one. Maybe you get a couple different guys in this game so you can kind of move your pieces around and adjust as news comes out. Harrison Barnes, Rashawn Holmes, and Glenn Robinson are all going to be game time decisions. Not sure if any of them are going to play. Holmes would probably be the one I think would play the most because he's been warming up the last two games before the game before getting shut down. it is a back-to-back. I think they have a day off tomorrow, so maybe they just want to rest these guys a little bit more. Then on the Bucs side, really the only thing is Drew Holiday being out once again. But with that being said, we're going to get moved over to DraftKings, talk about our picks on there. So at point guard position, we got Darius Garland, $5,600, looking for about 28 fantasy points out of him. That's what he's averaging. Goes against Oklahoma City in this game. Probably going to be going against Teo Maladon. Not a matchup that I'm too afraid of. He's been getting the minutes. Cleveland's even been playing their main guys, even when they're losing. I think this is going to be a pretty competitive back and forth game. So I think Garland's a guy that you want to look for in this one. Probably gets you 30 points and gives you a little bit of upside as well. Then at shooting guard, we got Evan Fournier, $6,300. Looking for about 31, 32 fantasy points out of him, averaging 30.5 on the season. But, he's that main cog in their offense right now. Him, Nikolai Vucevic, and Terrence Ross. That's where all the shots are coming from. You're going to want probably one of these three guys in your lineup tonight. He goes against Detroit tonight. Not a very scary matchup there. Should be a pretty good game for him once again. Then I got Jaden McDaniels, and this one's a little bit interesting. $3,700. You're looking for 18, 19 fantasy points out of him, hopefully more than 20. He's gone over 30 minutes the last two games. I know the first game he did end up starting because Michael Beasley was late for a shoot-around and then got benched because of it. But last game he played over 30 minutes as well. If he's getting 25 plus minutes in this game, he's definitely somebody to consider for his price tag. Then at the power forward position, we got Cedi Osman once again. $5,500, looking for 27.5 points out of him. He definitely gives you a chance to hit that and has a little bit more upside. And if he's playing 30 minutes, definitely going to be a value there. Mason Plumlee, $7,000. You're looking for 35 fantasy points out of him, which sounds like a big number for Mason Plumlee, but he's hit it multiple times this year. No DeLon Wright. So he could see a bump in his assist rate today. Maybe they run the offense through him a little bit more since DeLon Wright's gone, Blake Griffin's gone now. And I think he'll just be a little bit more involved in the game overall. Over 30 minutes, the last three games out. Not too many concerns there. I don't think he really gets in foul trouble against Nikolai Vucevic, but it could end up happening. That's the only way I see him failing today. But if you go with these five guys here, you have $21,900 left over. Definitely some room to spend up for a couple guys and then pay down for another player as value opens up throughout the day. Then we're going to get moved over to the FanDuel side. So on the FanDuel side, at point guard, we got DJ Augustine, $3,900. He's a guy I like on DraftKings as well if you need kind of a filler guard that's pretty cheap. So you're looking for about 20 fantasy points out of him. Played over 30 minutes last game. If he's in the starting lineup once again, going against a poor Kings defense, he's going to get you enough points that he's going to pay off. And then at shooting guard, we got Tyrese Halliburton, $5,400, looking for 27 fantasy points out of him, averaging 28 on the year. He's been getting the minutes. He's got the upside. I'm going to play him as long as he's at a good price like he is today. Then this one is kind of a pay-up option. Kawhi Leonard, $9,800. Like to see his price tag be a little bit lower, but goes against the Nets. Don't have a very good defense. Kawhi Leonard is obviously that main piece right now. He was the one that really didn't have his minutes limited as much the last game. Coming back, he had played 37 minutes. Paul George played in the high 20s, if I remember correctly. And you're looking for 49 fantasy points out of Kawhi Leonard, averaging about 46 on the year. I think that boost that he gets from playing against Brooklyn is probably going to put him over that 50-point mark, which you need him to get to. If you're looking for a good pay-up option at small forward, I think Kawhi Leonard is definitely in play here. We got JaVale McGee, $3,600, looking for about 18 fantasy points out of him, averaging almost 20 on the season. They're playing the Oklahoma City Thunder today. I think it's a pretty good matchup overall. If he gets 20 minutes in this game, he's definitely going to smash. If he gets 18 minutes, he's probably just going to pay off his price tag, 16, 18 minutes. He's just a good pay down option. Probably should be up closer to that $4,000 price range. Then at center, we got Nikolai Vucevic, and that's the opposite end of what we went with on DraftKings. I think it's going to be a pretty good game for him overall. I think he's definitely got upside of getting you 50 points. I do like Karl Anthony Towns a little bit here as well on FanDuel's side. But with that being said, these are my FanDuel picks for today. If you go with these five guys, you have $27,600, just under $7,000 per player left over. You can kind of mix and match some pieces there, play different value plays as they come out throughout the day. But with that being said, these are my picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel for today, February 21st. And once again, if you guys have any questions at all regarding NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I'm definitely here to help you guys out as best that I can. And with that being said, I'm going to be listing all the news as it comes out throughout the day down in the comments and the starting lineups as well. But with that being said, if you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. And that's really one for you, the viewers, helping you guys with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you guys with your fantasy football, covering all the football news as it comes out this offseason. And as we move forward to baseball season, I'm going to be covering some fantasy baseball and baseball news as well. But with that being said, if you're a newer or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And with that being said, I'm going to be doing NBA DFS pick videos every single day. And then I'm going to be talking some fantasy football and some other videos coming out in the next few days as well. But with that being said, that's all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully you guys do very well in NBA DFS tonight. Once again, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Definitely here to help you guys out. And with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.